time now for Life on Tatooine, brought to viewers everywhere in the hope that our own lives may be uplifted by the comparison and enriched with the gratitude of relief. This transmission is unrehearsed and unedited, and is hereby begun without further comment as to its lack of moral value.
I'm getting to that age where nothing makes sense to me anymore. It's a struggle just to turn the computer on. I forget where the button is. Like if I shut the computer off, I forget where the button is to turn it back on again. And there's two. There's one on the back on the power supply, and then there's one on the front. And I always forget which one I turned off. Just thank God I don't have to program a VCR anymore. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. I just thought of something that we should start doing. A little clip that we could do every episode.
What's
we
that?
could verbally describe a meme that we saw. One good meme.
Verbally describe one good meme.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I even have one that I used today that I would describe.
Oh, really?
I just have to retrieve it. So as I figure out what I did with it. Well, there it is. Are you okay? Are you on board with that idea? What do you think?
Well, we'll try it out. If you got one, let's do it.
Okay.
And you can describe. Well, is it going to be a guessing game?
Okay. No. This is just going to be what old people do with memes. We're going to describe them to each other instead of sending them, Okay, so anyways, there's a groomer, and she's cleaning up a dog, like a small dog on a table, right? And she's got a hairdryer, and she's blow-drying the dog, and she says, "I grew up without the internet." And the dog says, "Okay, groomer."
That's an old people meme.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what old people do with memes.
Is it like a mean looking dog or?
No, it's a fluffy white dog.
Oh, a little
kind of
fluffy
like your
white
dog, but blow dried.
Oh yeah,
fluffy and blow dried.
I gave my dogs a bath on my Friday off. Actually, I don't know. I have a hard time really getting them all poofy like that. I can't figure out how to do it. I'm not a dog groomer though. I just took it on to alleviate the stress off my dogs. So I'm the groomer. Okay, groomer.
Okay.
The dog groomer. I shouldn't say that. I'm cutting that part out. Maybe not. I'll leave it in.
I think it's all in the product.
Yeah.
What product you put in their hair. I'm just
really?
guessing. Well,
is there hair gel for dogs or something?
There's got to be. You look at them at those fancy shows, they've got to be using product in those dogs' hair. Well, there's no way that's natural.
I don't think so. You're probably onto something there. And I'm struggling. Tim, it's that time of year. It's Christmas time. A lot of us are doing presents, and I struggle with what my dogs are going to get for Christmas. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for them. So you might just gave me an idea for a stocking stuffer.
That's a good idea. When they open those up, they'll be pretty excited about their hair products.
Dog hair gel. They can both have faux hawks and be proud of their hair products. I'm going to see if it's a thing.
Someone in our house has ordered a new cat bed, so that's a Christmas present that will arrive before Christmas,
Oh, that's perfect.
And that's the kind of gift that is mainly for us, actually, to minimize the spread of the hair. If we can contain it all in a bed.
Oh.
Helps out,
It's like the very useful, thoughtful gift.
That's right. I keep seeing this one picture of this giant, fluffy dog bed with two dogs just sank right into it. And I see these two dogs utterly relaxed in this giant, poofy, fluffy bed. And I want one. I want that bed. I don't even have any dogs, and I want to buy that bed just for me, but it's just a little too small, I think.
The bed you could just sink into?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just lying there totally buried in this thing.
Oh, yeah. If you roll over, though, you might suffocate?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd be willing to give it a try. You never see anything like that for humans, like the ultimate comfy bed. No, we don't get any of that. We just get a flat mattress. Get on there, bitch. Nothing comfy about that.
We got a new one last year, and it's very springy. And the one we had previous to that was one of the firm mattresses with a little bit of a sink in, a little tiny pillow top, that you just kind of sink in. We still haven't gotten used to it. It's not good. It's hard. I think I might like the squishy mattress. you're talking about, the one you just kind of get into and you stay in one spot for the whole night. You don't move.
Yeah, at home, I don't have it here, obviously, because I'm living on the road and, my wife might want to use it there. But so back home, we have the big memory foam mattress that cost us a lot of money. But you just lie on it and you start sinking in, right? When it's cold out, though, and if the bedroom's cold because you forget to shut the window or whatever when you get up in the morning, because the wife likes to keep the window open all night. So, anyways, when you come back and the bed is cold and you lay on it, your body heat has to actually thaw the mattress out until you start sinking in. It's kind of
Oh,
different. It's kind of
that's the
cool.
best.
Yeah, I love that mattress.
It's hard to find a good one.
One person cannot move that memory foam mattress. You,
Really?
two people can barely lift it. It flops around. It's like a giant dead weight. It's 200 pounds of solid foam.
So yeah, that would be a lot. I've only moved the spring mattresses, like the coil spring with the, I don't know what it is. It's probably like packed with asbestos or something like that.
Hmm. This
I
one
don't know.
reminds me of moving dead bodies that are like made out of foam. So,
Have how many of those have you moved?
of humans, I'm not going to say, but of
Don't.
I'm not even going to get into that.
Well, that's a grim discovery, Tim. A grim discovery. Moving bodies with your pal, your podcast pal. Speaking of grim discoveries, it's Christmas, Tim. Is it a grim time of year for you or a good time of year?
Mostly good. Everyone's got their grim Christmas things, but mostly good. You?
Now, I was just going to say there are two kinds of people in this world. There are Grinchy kind of people who Christmas comes around and they get pissy. And then there's the ones who Christmas comes around and they get all happy and stuff. And then I've been both of those people. I don't know what that says about me, but I used to be really pissy when Christmas would come around. Once it hit, then I got happy again, but I'd try and make everyone miserable until it happened. And now I've stopped behaving in that manner because it's no fun. You're a party pooper. Like, it's just a big bummer. So now I'm kind of really getting into it. Are you
I
any of
think you
those
got to
kind of
break it. You
people?
got to break it down to two more categories
Oh, really?
at least, because each one of those categories has two people in it. So there's
Mm.
the happy Christmas people who at the same time want it to be very solemn and by the book. You got to sing the exact Christmas carols and you have to do the exact things and you have to say the exact right words, the right times. You have to hang the right things in the right spots. They're happy unless you break any of those rules. And then I fall into the happy yet cynical goofball group of people at Christmas where nothing is too, if it's by the book, then I don't want to do it necessarily. I don't like scripted, let's go around and we all have to sing Christmas carols, as soon as you start telling me to go sing with other people, then you got a problem. For instance, we have to have identical Christmas trees and elf on the shelf and all these things that, everybody has to have all the things. I'm not part of that. I don't want to be the Christmas sheeple. Then you get to
The
the
sheep.
negative people, right? The people who aren't happy about Christmas fall into two categories as well. The ones who aren't happy about Christmas and they want to be solemn and basically it's like a four-part square kind of almost with diametrically opposed, people in it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hmm. Like your Christmas chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
Christmas.
exactly.
I don't play role playing games, but I know that that's the character
Yeah.
breakdowns.
Like the one group of people is maybe they're more some of them that I know have been religious and they think that Christmas has to be all by the book again and yeah, you know which book and yeah. And then there's just the people that hate Christmas for emotional reasons because of how it's trashed them over the years.
Yeah, I understand all those. It's a fun time and it's a hard time for a lot of people, all in the same. But we're here to make it we're going to try and make it a little bit fun for everybody.
Well, let's
So,
give it a shot.
yeah, I had my work Christmas party last night and had some fun. I got pleasantly, what's the word? I want to choose this.
Full of Christmas cheer.
Full of Christmas cheer, full of Christmas beer. So, nothing too crazy, nothing that you'd make an Adam Sandler movie about or anything
Oh
like
yeah,
that. But it was a good
you're
night.
not feeling the ghost of Christmas past this morning.
No, no, none of that stuff. I met some really nice people that I didn't know I worked with, and we had a nice time. And then we took a nice taxi ride home, and that was that. So you kick off. It really feels like Christmas now that we've had the Christmas party, the first Christmas party.
Oh
I
yeah,
got the lights up on the house. I got a kid coming home. She's looking forward to coming home around, close to Christmas. And, we're just kind of getting geared up. So we've watched our first Christmas movie, Tim. Have you?
I've watched a couple Christmas things.
Oh, yeah? Do you have a Christmas movie tradition?
Yeah, not really. Like I can't list any of the names because I don't have one, but I know people watch the same shows every year. That kind of thing, you mean?
Yeah.
If anything, it would be the original Grinch cartoon,
Oh, yeah.
which doesn't seem to be shown that often anymore. You have to go looking for it almost.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Look, of course,
It's
the Jim Carrey movie is a possibility as well, but I've watched that once and I'm good.
oh, yeah.
The original
I saw
cartoon
that.
had a lot of puns, alliteration, rhyming, you know, just like the book.
I was kind of taken aback when I first saw the movie about how horny the Grinch was.
Yeah.
The Jim Carrey version. I'm talking the Jim Carrey version. Like he was just all horny for what was the other lady? Who was the lady? Martha May Huvier.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't think anything else. It was all about Martha May Huvier. It's a weird Christmas time. I don't know.
Well,
We used to watch Love Actually. Have you ever seen Love Actually?
I don't know.
It's kind of a British Christmas movie with there's a whole ensemble cast, Hugh Grant and Emma
Okay,
Watson, Alan Rickman.
then no. Haven't seen
No,
it.
you haven't seen that one?
Nope.
It was good. I think it was kind of made a couple years after 9/11 happened as a response to kind of get everybody, of
Hmm.
all different walks of life on the same Christmas thing. But it's kind of, we watched it last a couple years ago and it kind of bummed me out. So, and bummed everybody out. So we stopped watching it. But it is a good one. And it's, chock full of dirty language. The British really like that.
Well, there's no need for us to watch the same thing every year. You wouldn't
No.
think, right?
Well,
I mean,
well, we kind of got into the habit of that. It's like, a Christmas tradition, I guess. We're trying to start traditions, but
yeah. Well, tradition can be good or it can be bad,
I think it's
you
bad
know.
if it makes you bored
Yeah.
or if it makes people mad.
So the one show that we always ended up watching when I was a kid was the old stop motion animation Rudolph show, right?
Oh,
You
yeah?
know the one where poor Rudolph gets bullied by all the other reindeer and even Santa until one night his nose starts glowing or whatever and it's foggy and he becomes useful. And then they're like, "Oh, well, I guess we're not bullying you anymore." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just happy now." And everybody just did their thing and it was all forgotten. I always hated that story. Bunch of jerks.
Yeah, in real life, he'd be pretending to be happy and waiting for the moment when
Yeah.
the other reindeer could slip up so he could boot him in the balls.
Yeah. Either that or he would have
That's,
grabbed a rifle and,
oh, Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The boot in the balls, the petty revenge. I'm all for that. Nothing too final. They got to live with it the rest of their lives. Humiliating. Pull the pants down, jingle the bells, let them know who's boss, Rudolph. Tim, I think I was about 11 or 12 years old. Did you go visit family at Christmas time or friends and stuff? You go around, you make the rounds to everybody's house and do an away from home Christmas?
No, we never did any away from home stuff because all of our relatives lived within driving range. So we did a
Oh,
series of late night visits where we got home
oh.
well after dark, just went straight to bed and passed out afterwards.
Well, one Christmas we went to my godfather's house, my Uncle Brian. Hey, Uncle Brian. He had a pretty rad VCR and big screen TV setup in like 1989 or something like that.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
was the first time I ever saw Die Hard. And
Okay,
then
yeah.
after that, every Christmas was ruined for me. Like that was the ultimate Christmas movie after that. Blood and guts, cuss words, and mayhem.
Yeah, Die Hard is one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made.
It is. It's actually a pretty good Christmas movie. It's got like kind of a I like the story arc in it, the guy making up with his wife.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit extreme. You got a good terrorist group that's got a good motivation and a nice double cross, double fake,
Mm-hmm.
fakey kind of plot. You think they're doing their ideologues, but they're stealing money. It's kind of cool. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Used to watch that one quite a bit. I don't know if we're going to do it this year.
I haven't considered it, but it does get right down to the meaning of Christmas. That if you're willing to walk through broken glass with your bare feet, with a gun strapped in the middle of your back and in a wadded up roll of duct tape, that you deserve to win.
You do deserve to win. You know, John McClane, he's kind of like the Santa Claus of our time. You know, he brings presents to everyone in the form of lead. Do you guys do Christmas baking?
Christmas baking, we don't do cookies and things like that usually. My wife has been known to make a wide variety of chocolate type items, and
Is
sometimes
that
even well, she might make the shortbread cookies or the ginger snap cookies for her dad. But other than that, keep the cookies out of her house and just go straight for the chocolate.
well, my wife started doing the Christmas baking today.
Oh
And
yeah,
I came upstairs. I was watching a movie. I came upstairs. I found all this Christmas baking. I'm moderately hungover. So I looked at her cookies and I went to grab one of them and I got in trouble. And believe it or not, I have a recording of her yelling at me. Do you want to hear it?
sure.
Put that cookie down!
That was her. She's
She must
mean.
have had that. She must have had that. What do you call it? The morning throat frog
Well, she's been
going on
taking
there.
singing lessons, and she's really gotten into this, like, what would you call it? Like that kind of yoga breathing where you do the
Oh
heavy
yeah,
chest, like all
yeah.
in your chest breathing. So now she can really project. It's like she can do all kinds of voices. Like she almost sounds Austrian at times. It's really bizarre.
Hmm.
Here, let me play it again. Just
Put that cookie down!
yeah, that's her. I love her.
Yeah, she sounds muscly.
No, she did start the Christmas baking today, and I don't know. I don't know what there is. There's fudge. There might be cookies. I don't know. I didn't look. I'm trying to behave myself. They probably all went in the freezer anyway, so I'll forget about them. But we did that, and so last weekend we watched our first Christmas movie, which is a rewatch of one that came out last year called Silent Night. Have you heard of this movie?
I've heard of it, but I know almost nothing about it. So this is going to be a great intro to it for me.
Well, it shares a little bit of DNA with the one I just talked about, which is Love Actually, in that Keira Knightley is in it. And she's in the Love Actually also, too. Along with, if you're a Walking Dead fan, you'll like it because Rick from Walking Dead is in Love Actually.
Oh
But he's
really?
clean shaven and he's got a British accent because he's British.
Okay.
English, British, something like that.
Or
Anyway,
Australian. I mean, not Austrian.
he's, I don't know, he's not. He's not Australian. He's not Australian. But anyway, this movie here is a dark satire Christmas movie. Are you down for that?
It could be, yeah.
So the premise
What
for this is
that
a whole
that's probably in quadrant 4, correct? Of the
quadrant.
Christmas alignment chart.
Yeah, like if you're kind of a if you've ever been to a Christmas party where someone has a there's a couple there fighting
Mm-hmm.
and they get really pissed off and she whips her eggnog across the room and he tries to dodge it and falls into the Christmas tree at his friend's house. He knocks it over. All the family heirloom balls roll along the floor, busting. And he has to roll around in the glass to get up because he's a little drunk and he's all cut up and he bleeds everywhere on the way out. And the police come. That's the
Yep.
kind of movie this is.
That's what I thought. Quadrant 4, chaotic evil Christmas.
Quadrant 4. We might both be in quadrant 4, but okay, so this is a dark movie, but
No,
it's funny.
I'm in the one directly above, chaotic good.
Okay, so you're probably a Christmas Vacation kind of guy.
Yeah, Christmas vacation, weekend at Bernie's, whatever it takes.
Okay, motherfucker.
What's this movie about? Okay, so there's a whole bunch of people and they're going to some English countryside house. They're all friends and they're meeting up there to have a Christmas party. And then you find out along the way that this is the last Christmas party they're going to have because there's a giant gas cloud that's coming in and it's projected to hit them like after midnight or whatever. So they all kind of get together to say their goodbyes and have this one last nice meal before the world ends, and they've all got these government sponsored exit pills so that they can, leave gracefully. And all sorts of mayhem happens along the way. I won't tell you any more about it, but
I already have some thoughts about how 4 or 5 different ways this could end.
okay, let's hear them.
Well,
We're going to make
okay, so
predictions, spoiler-free predictions.
spoiler-free predictions, I have no idea. But the first thought I have is, okay, government-sponsored exit pills. This is actually just a means of slimming down the population, and there is no gas cloud. Or
Okay.
they're actually in some sort of simulated universe. They take the pill and they wake up.
Okay.
That's 2 good ones anyway. Or the gas cloud isn't actually that poisonous. Some of the people don't take the pills, and then they just suffer horribly disfigured lives, barely able to breathe for like the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, all the people that took the pill did the right thing.
Ah,
Or
okay.
the government fucks up, the pills don't work.
You'll have to watch and find out.
I have no idea. Probably none of those are accurate, but this is just brainstorming here.
Well, if you've seen enough movies, you can kind of put two and two together. It's a fun watch. It's got some good performances. I think Johnny Depp, Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter, she's in it as the lonesome American
Okay.
at the party. Have you seen the movie Jojo Rabbit?
No, haven't seen that movie.
Oh, you're missing out. Well, the Jojo from Jojo Rabbit, he's the more or less the child star of the whole thing, and I think his siblings are in it also. And it's funny. It's really good. Like the little kids are funny. Their parents are letting them swear because nothing matters anymore, right? So the kids can go around and there's one girl who comes to the party that they don't like, so they tell her to fuck off all the time. She wants to play with them. They're like, fuck off. And it's it's kind of
Uh,
funny. Like they're in a mean kind of way, just watching a whole bunch of people who don't really care about anything just kind of go about something knowing that it doesn't matter is kind of they play with it and have a bit of fun, but it gets pretty dark and serious too, which is a good satire, does that and everything.
so this is going to be somewhat similar to Don't Look Up, then in some ways, right?
Yeah, it has a little vibe, but Don't Look Up, yeah, it has a little bit of that
Like, is
same
there a crowd of people that are like, we don't believe in the gas cloud? They don't really
um
get into that.
well, I don't want to give away too much. It's a smaller movie, so they don't really have a whole lot of set pieces like that. Like there's no scenes with vast amounts of extras or anything like that. I think it actually got filmed during COVID, so a lot of the movies that they did around that time were kind of like smaller and
Mm-hmm.
how would you say, very minimal people around. So they for all intents and purposes, it's like a one room, one location movie with some things in there to disguise the fact that they did that. Like there's some Zoom calls or whatever to
Oh, yeah.
talk to people and stuff like that. But I think that the subject matter of it and the way it plays out, I don't think it found an audience when it got released last year. But I think as time progresses, more and more people might come to like it than didn't like it at the start. Like I think people will discover that it's a good watch. I really liked it. I liked the message that it has in the end, and it more or less really hit me. But to each their own. And if you didn't like it, we'd love to hear about it. But watch it, Silent Night. I thought it was pretty good. And there's one like this. I've been hearing about this movie that's out in the theaters right now called Violent Night,
Mm-hmm. And
and
that's
I
what I
might have to
thought
go
you
see
were
that.
talking about to start with was Violent Night.
No, not Violent Night, just Silent Night. Keira Knightley. If they could
Okay.
amalgamate these two movies, we might have some. I got to see Violent Night. I think I'm going to give it a go. Are you a Christmas Vacation fan?
I haven't watched it for a while, but yes, I've watched it about 3 times. My favorite
Ah,
moment is
okay.
when the cat gets underneath the Christmas tree and, or is it the dog? Chews through the wires. I thought it was the cat. But anyway, the darkest moment of that Christmas. Well,
Oh, and they
one of
find
the
like the
dark
outline of
moments.
the cat
Yeah,
on the
yeah. One of the
on the
darker
carpet.
moments. There were so many.
Okay, my grandfather and I would go out to their house when I was about 14 or whatever, and him and I would go to the video store in this small town where they lived, and we would rent Die Hard 2, which is also a Christmas movie,
Hmm.
and Christmas Vacation, and we'd watch the shit out of those like in August.
Oh yeah.
We would be him and I would be watching Christmas Vacation in August, just laughing our guts out. Right? It was so fun. We'd watch it all year long. I've probably seen that movie 100 times, but whenever I watched it at home, unless I was with him, I'd always catch that movie. It would come on TV, and I'd always catch the movie after they go for the tobogganing scene, which when I was a kid was always my favorite. You know, when he greases up that
Yeah.
toboggan with that whatever it is, some sort of space age Teflon, and he just fires off like a missile.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't it?
Winds up
I can't
crossing
remember
all
what
8
he used.
lanes of
Was it?
the
It wasn't
interstate.
pledge or whatever. Yeah.
No, it was some like freaking turbo grease or something that his company was developing.
Yeah. You
I
know what?
always I
The
always
first
liked
time I
that
saw
scene, but
that show, we were going up to my uncle's place, and there was a kind of a pass through in their house where the piano was right there, right? And one of us got some pledge and greased it up right in front of there after we watched that movie, so that everybody that went by would fall down on the way by because it was a hardwood floor, right?
oh,
And we got in so much
that's
trouble. when once the adults figured out what we had done there, but yeah. I
oh, the
say the
Christmas
adults, but I
chaos.
was a teenager at the time, so I really didn't have an excuse. But whatever, it was fun watching everybody crash and burn.
Yeah, that's the classic Clark Griswold Christmas where just something goes haywire, or you have someone go haywire, or you prank somebody. What
Unfortunately,
was the
he's from the old "all dads are morons" stereotype. That's not really good, but it's funny.
Okay, so there's that trope in movies right now where all dads are played off as morons, or kind of just dudes in general. I think are played off as stupid, and I don't really like that. But I think in that instance, like everybody was just kind of stupid. Like everyone just did stupid shit. His parents were jerks. His wife was kind of a jerk. His kids were definitely jerks, and his cousin Eddie was a complete jerk.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only difference is he was incompetent because he was the dad. They were jerks, but
Yeah, but it's a good kind. I don't know. I have to.
it's an
I'm gonna.
optimistic incompetent.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna fight back on this one. Like it's all for comedic purposes, right? I mean, if you
Yeah.
don't have, he's the funny guy, and if you don't have the straight people to back him up, then everything he's doing isn't funny. So in this sense, it kind of is. And they weigh it out too. I think with the story where he does like he lights up the whole house and he does a good job, but there's just like someone fucked with the lights or something like that, and he
There's
can't.
one bulb or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did a great job with the lights, but it just didn't work. There was like that one thing. It was like fate was against him the whole
Yeah.
movie. It's just
I
one of those
guess
kind of things,
guess
right?
you're right. He's doomed more than anything. He's the doomed guy,
Yeah.
you
Everyone's
know.
had a Christmas like that.
So speaking of
How?
doomed,
Yeah.
how about that old Star Wars Christmas show?
Well, have you watched the whole thing?
No. I
I
watched
started to
quite a
watch.
ways in, and then, I was like, I got to fast forward this a little bit. Oh, I got to fast forward it again. Okay, now I'm going to fast forward it again. I've watched probably 43% of it.
Really?
It was hard.
Well, I fired it up multiple times, and I think the furthest I made it in was about 5 minutes. And then I thought, I got something else to do. I'm going to go to the garage and hit my groin with an axe.
Well, I've watched
Uh,
more of it than you, maybe. Then in that case, so did you
so
watch far enough to find out that Chewbacca's wife wears an apron in the kitchen? His dad's name is
his
Itchy, and he's short and has white fur, and his kid's name is
yeah,
Lumpy,
Lumpy, yeah.
and he's a little freak.
Well, isn't there a scene where Lumpy just looks directly into the camera and talks like growls and shit for an inordinate amount of time?
I didn't see that. I probably skipped it while I was fast forwarding, but every once in a while I would stop it and check something out, and I went through it again a bit. My first thought was, okay, so whoever's unclogging the shower in their house has a job. Can you imagine the shedding that's going on in that house? Like that is some long hair. And then I'm watching Chewbacca's wife, and I can't remember her name now, but she's in the kitchen wearing her apron, and she should have been wearing gloves too, because her arm fur is getting right on the food. Found that
Oh
kind of
yeah.
gross. And she's watching a cooking show, of how to cook the roast beast or whatever, and she's following the instructions. And it's quite a long scene where she's watching the cooking show and then doing what it says. And while this is happening, I'm thinking, what was their intentions with this show? So then I've hit the fast forward button again, and old Itchy there sitting on the couch with his VR headset on and having his own little personal sex moment with some hot singer in his personal VR, and she's saying, "Oh, this is your fantasy, just for you." And I'm thinking, "Holy
Are
crap,
you
this is
shitting
family."
me?
No, that was in there. And then, I fast forwarded to some more bizarre scenes of various sorts. And finally, I just skipped right to the end. Done.
So the one thing I do know is that the Star Wars Holiday Special is the first appearance of Boba Fett in any media. That was his debut.
And he's like helping them out somewhat to start with. Like
Well,
he's
yeah,
actually he's gonna betray them, but he's helping Chewbacca out there when the scene that I saw today.
yeah,
And then
in the cartoon part, right?
and then he sneaks off to call and narc on them to Darth Vader.
What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy.
Foreshadowing his involvement in the next movie.
I didn't realize that was his first appearance.
Yeah, I think they made a toy before that. I think it might have been released in conjunction with it. I'm betraying all my Star Wars people here even further than what I did the rest of the week by showing my ignorance here. But I think they kind of brought him out on that show, and then there was a toy that got released before you actually saw him
Hmm.
in Empire Strikes Back.
I
Yeah,
wonder
that
if
was
anybody's got in their hot little hands a couple packaged toys there that they've never opened of Itchy and Lumpy.
I wonder if there even are Itchy and Lumpy toys. Did this get put on Disney Plus?
I was watching it on YouTube.
That's where I watched it too. I just kind of searched it out. I didn't think to queue up Disney Plus and take a look. But it is a bizarre watch. When it comes to the whole Wookiee bathing thing now, I just have to go back to this for a second thing because I don't know, so the scenes that I caught in the show, they just obviously they didn't have a lot of money to put this thing together. They reused a lot of footage from the first movie and probably some deleted scenes too. But when they show the Wookiee house, they're up in the trees like on Endor.
Mm-hmm.
And that was consistent with what you saw in episode 3 because they had all those like tree kind of domiciles that were like lifted off the ground, but they were all like on this nice coastline or whatever, right? So I figure that here's what I think. This is how it works because, George Lucas would have thought of this. He thought of everything, right? So I bet you that they didn't have showers. They just walked down to the ocean and they washed in there and they shed all their hair into the ocean. And then it all pools together eventually and floats out and turns into like this big hair island, like that big plastic island in the Pacific. And then there's a bunch of just like creatures who have mutated or adapted to eat Wookiee hair, and they're swimming around and they're just eating that shit. And that's what they do. That's just what they do. So you could go and walk across the hair island because the top would get crusty and would solidify. And then down below, there's all this wet hair, and there's just all these like weird fish eating this wet hair. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, that could be. Or they could just go on Star Amazon and buy dog hair products that you just comb in.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the same ones that you're going to get for your dogs for Christmas.
Or they could just burn the hair and then it'd smell like the 80s salon where everybody's getting a perm.
So I got to tell you a quick little not safe for work story. Not going to say where I work or what location it might have been or what guys. Let's just say this guy might have been a welder and he might have been mouthing off a little bit to his welder's helper who was using a tiger torch to heat up a joint of pipe. And the helper might have waved the torch around a little bit while he was gesticulating in angry fashion and accidentally aimed the torch in quotation marks towards the guy's face a little bit, and he might have burnt quite a bit of his beard off and a little bit of his mustache. That and he walks away
That'll
and I
learn you.
look at him and I'm like, you don't know what just happened there, do you? Go look in the mirror.
Welders, they're a breed.
They are.
I don't know if I can make it through the Star Wars holiday special. So, at your recommendation, I did sit down today and I watched a horror movie, a German horror movie, because it's Christmas and that's
Mm-hmm.
what you do. And then after that, I was like, well, I'll watch something else. I had some time before we did this podcast. So I thought, well, I'm going to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Now, Tim, you know how I feel about superhero movies and Marvel stuff. Before the podcast, you and I were briefly talking, and I just wanted to bring this up because I was not excited about this movie. And I turned it on, and the Marvel logo came up, and my absolute favorite Christmas song was playing on the opening credits. So I didn't even see a frame of dialogue, and I started yelling up the stairs to my wife, "Holy shit! We gotta watch this!" And so now we're all excited to watch it just because of that song. I don't know if the rest of it could be shit, but I know that they picked the right song, and they got me. They got me.
So you haven't watched it yet. That's what you're saying here.
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't even see. I didn't even hear one line of dialogue, and I'm just psyched about the whole thing now. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to be happy about it. I'm in the Christmas spirit. See, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be nice to Marvel, and I'm going to watch their Christmas special.
Well,
And
there's
then you know what? Maybe we'll talk about it even.
okay. The one thing about it is the Guardians of the Galaxy aren't superheroes. So, they're just a band of weird space misfits
Well, I would argue that they do heroic shit
by accident.
in by accident, but in a non-linear fashion. They were on the right side of the Infinity War,
Oh yeah.
the good guy side.
See, now if we go back to the
Many,
Christmas diagram, they're on the second quadrant, chaotic good, right?
yeah,
Directly above the chaotic evil. They're definitely not over on the lawful good side where you have to follow all the rules. But yeah,
the Captain America side.
they're not on the Captain America side or
No.
even the
And
Tony
I would
side.
argue that they all have superpowers.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what kind of a superpower a talking raccoon is, but I guess super intelligence, right?
He's very smart. He can steal guys' legs and eyes and
Yeah,
shit.
and arms, as you'll
And
find out.
arms. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm open minded to this. I want to have a good experience with the Marvel stuff again. Did you see the trailer for the new Guardians of the Galaxy? It's out.
You know, I was talking with my wife about that trailer, and we both came to the conclusion of why should the trailers be out 20 years before the movie gets out? It's kind of annoying. I don't even want to know until closer to time. Closer to go time would be nice. Maybe 2 months. What are we looking at? Most of a year still? I don't even know. It's too far.
Is that an August movie?
I
Because
think.
the
I don't
last
know.
two were like August.
I'm pretty sure. So then why are we seeing the trailer now? Like do they actually think that it's going to like build that much excitement that I'll be like sitting on the edge of my seat for months and months? Cuz I refuse.
I think the real reason is because they just had a big convention and they wanted to wow investors because they need money.
Okay, well that would kind of make sense, but then they just could show it to the investors. I don't need to see it yet.
Well, when they show it to the investors, then the public gets like a great fervor built up because they love it so much. Then the investors invest even harder.
Okay.
That's what I think, anyway. I don't know shit. That's my appraisal of this situation. And you know what they say about that?
Oh, good for you!
I'm really liking the soundboards, Tim.
So is it a good trailer? Do you like it?
Um, well, I watched it on my phone, so I was kind of whenever I watch something on my phone, it just kind of underwhelms me all the time.
Mm.
So I try not to do that. I'm gonna have to give it another watch. You know what? That being said, I don't think they gave away a whole lot of anything really. Like they just showed lots of quiet, dramatic moments, and there was some kind of pop song playing from the '90s. They're onto the I can't remember what song it was. It was a '90s pop song. Yeah, there's nothing that I was like, fuck, they showed me too much stuff. I didn't think that at all. It was just
Okay,
like,
well
yeah, it
then
looks all right.
then maybe it wouldn't be too bad, I guess, to take a look at it.
Yeah, and there was an Indiana Jones one. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, I knew it was out, but same thing as I assumed the Indiana Jones movie isn't here yet, so then there's no need to see the trailer yet.
Yeah. I think it's like late June or something like that.
Okay, yeah, then so that's so far away that maybe one of the characters might not even make it there. Like it's and what would they do then? I don't know. maybe it would really go over good.
Oh yeah. You never even know. Like these days, one of the actors could have got drunk at Christmas and got on YouTube shitting in someone's stew at a diner, and then we got to cancel him before the whole movie even comes out. They got to reshoot everything with someone on a sound stage,
Yeah. Well,
digitally splice them in.
I can't imagine that anybody's going to flash out on that set, but you never know, right?
Flash out, yeah.
Flash out. Do you
Flash
think
out.
that maybe old Han Solo there will be starting his own sex cult, or gaslighting a bunch of teenagers? I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, he's about 80 years old and a known grouch.
Yeah,
You
he's
don't hear
more.
too many stories of
No,
my pleasant Harrison Ford experience.
no, it's going to be more. Get off of my lawn. It's not going to be come join my sex cult.
Yeah. Yeah, he just does, I don't know, if he does anything wrong, it's like crashing airplanes into golf courses or whatever he used to do. He's
Yeah,
kind of beyond that now. Hopefully he's not flying any more airplanes. Jeez, that sounds scary. He's getting up there. But yeah, I don't know. There's this, the Christmas push is on, I think, and we're watching all kinds of trailers and movies and stuff like that. Do you got any more big plans?
big plans. Well, we got that. We got that. The biggest plan I got is going home, of course,
Yeah.
since I'm not even in my home province right now.
No.
And politically wise, I don't even want to go back, but that's where my house is. So,
Oh.
but I just hope that the world governments can hold it together long enough so we can have Christmas at this point.
They'll make it happen. I'm optimistic. I mean, you got to look on the bright side. That's what Christmas is all about, looking on the bright side until you can't anymore. And then hopefully that never happens. I'm going to cut that part out. It's bright side, Tim. It's just looking on the bright side.
Yeah. You're not going to
Yeah,
cut that
that's
out.
sad.
But anyways,
Oh, Howard, excuse me, but your wife's cookies are out of this world.
Do you know that movie? It's a Christmas movie.
no, I don't. Sounds funny though.
It's the same one as this one.
Put that cookie down!
Oh, is it? Still drawing a blank. I don't know which one it is, but it's a Christmas
It's
movie,
the
you're
late
saying.
great Phil Hartman and Arnold Schwarzenegger and young Anakin Skywalker. Jingle All the Way, and Sinbad, I think, is in it too.
I don't think I watched that one.
I've never watched that one either, but I get all the highlights because it's just quotable as all hell.
I was guessing maybe Kindergarten Cop the first time that put that cookie down came through, but
Now, okay, well, you mentioned that, and this is a Mandela effect on me because I had I heard that, and I thought it was a quote from Kindergarten Cop also, and then I was surprised to find out that no, it wasn't. It was a Jingle All the Way quote.
you know what I used to
Okay,
have? I used to have on my iPhone because I had one of the the third generation iPhone or whatever it was back in the olden days when Apple wasn't so on top of things. People could make apps, of say, for instance, every single thing that Arnold Schwarzenegger had said, and you just push a button and it would say it. Of
mm-hmm.
course, all these clips were stolen, so they legally couldn't have that app. So you can't get that app now, and it actually had that clip and, several other things in it. I think it had that clip. For sure it had, It's Not a Tumor and several other ones from that movie. So, and I wish I had that app. That would be, there were several apps you could have that were amazing. Now all you can get is a generic fart noise app. So,
Well, if you go on the internet, you can still find where someone has made all these Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboards.
okay.
And I know you used to be able to get them on your phone, and I don't think you can anymore, but they're still on a website. And what people used to do, if you go on YouTube, you might be able to find they used to make crank calls and
Oh, yeah.
use the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard, and they'd get some drunk guy, and then he'd be like, "Put that cookie down," or whatever it was, and then they would just get this guy talking, and they're pretty funny. We used to listen to him all the time. I got one more Christmas movie quote for you. So you listen to this one and we'll see if you can guess the film. Ready? You ready?
Yep.
How about now?
Still ready.
Okay, here it comes.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Well, that sounds like a good movie, but I don't recognize it.
No, A Christmas Story?
A Christmas Story.
You don't remember A Christmas Story?
Which one is that? Don't remember
That's
it.
the one. It's like a little kid. He's growing up in the 50s, and he wants a BB gun for Christmas.
Oh,
And
no.
the older kids make him lick the pole, the cold pole, and he gets stuck to it.
See, now that show, I never remember that being on anywhere. So,
Really?
we only had 2 channels when I was a little kid, and probably they just didn't bother with it.
Oh, I think this movie's right up your alley. You're going to have to do your homework here. It's A Christmas Story. There's actually a sequel to it coming out. I think it's coming out right away here on TV or something like that, or it's going to streaming, Netflix or something. And they got the original actor. He's like in his 40s now or something, and he was a little kid in the show, and I think he's back. I can't remember what they called it though. It's A Christmas Story again or some bullshit. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's funny how so many things that everybody else had access to, for whatever reason, we just didn't. We didn't know what Star Trek was, for instance. It just didn't
really,
exist in our little chunk of the world.
is that right?
And if it's not on your TV channels back then, you would just didn't get it, right? And this whole Christmas, whatever that movie is, there's more than one Christmas movie that we just didn't have. We had the old staple, The Grinch, and
Mm-hmm.
we had that one with the stupid little claymation reindeer, and Frosty the Snowman. That's it. Every
Well,
year,
hot damn.
same shows.
Well,
And
that's the 2 channel
I'm
Christmas.
sure the Beachcombers had a Christmas special every year, but I don't remember it.
Really? The
Yeah,
Beachcombers
probably
Christmas special.
Nicodemus and Jesse probably had to go get a tree or whatever.
I got to look this up now. I wonder how many Christmas specials there have been. And if they are indeed special.
Well, they can't be that special because every single show had to do one, right? It wasn't optional. Night Court had to have a Christmas special. Why? I don't know.
The Simpsons had them.
Well, The Simpsons, it can almost make sense. Have you ever noticed that there's something, they have to be campy and lame on purpose? That is the entire goal of a Christmas special. And I think they just got too carried away with that Star Wars one. I wonder, did Star Trek ever make one? Probably not. They were
I don't know.
a post Christmas society, I bet.
Yeah, they might be. Was there South Park did some good ones. I don't know if you watch those.
Oh yeah, Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky, that might
Yeah,
have to happen this year.
the Christmas poo.
Yeah. Did Cheers
I
do
don't
a
know.
Christmas show? Were you a Cheers guy?
I watched Cheers.
MASH?
I don't remember MASH having one, but maybe they
Okay,
did.
I'm going to write these down.
Christmas
We're going to write these
episodes
down.
of
We're going to do our
Cheers.
homework.
Yep. Apparently Christmas did. Or Cheers did some.
Really? Well,
Season 6, episode 12, Christmas Cheers.
huh. Well, I'm going to do my homework on the holiday specials. I'm going to maybe I'll watch one or two and see. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. It's hard to say.
No.
But
Maybe for New Year's we can update the list.
yeah, we'll do the New Year's show. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. All right. Well, I don't know, man.
It's probably time to call it quits.
Yeah. Well, it's been a slice talking about Christmas stuff with you, Tim. I had a blast. And you know what? My eyes saw more of the holiday special than I'm comfortable with, but I might scan through it a little bit after we get off the podcast here and just kind of like see what I'm missing here.
Well, maybe you got to check out that section where Itchy is watching the girl with the old virtual reality
Yeah, I want to see how
set.
I want to see how they play that off.
I didn't watch the entire
that sounds
thing.
pretty creepy.
It was a little weird. So I didn't watch the whole thing because, this is some hairy old short dude.
Is he old? This is Chewie's son, right?
Dad.
Chewie's dad is doing this?
Itchy, yeah. On the couch, I think.
So So where's everybody else? He's
Well,
just
if
strobing
he
out to
was
like
on the
VR
couch,
porn while
I
they're.
don't know if he was stroking or not because you can't see that because he's got the headset on, right? But anyway, I'm pretty sure that Chewbacca's wife was in the kitchen with the apron doing the cooking show, and the kid was running around the room or maybe up in his room or whatever playing with the spaceships. So this happened before the soldiers showed up to try to figure out where Chewbacca was. You know,
Oh yeah.
they invaded the house and
So we had a police
tossed things around.
intervention
Oh yeah,
here.
the police were there questioning the shit out of them.
Oh, this
So
sounds like Christmas at my house.
so much of it happened in that house full of hair that it's crazy. Anyways,
Yeah,
this has been a slice of weird Christmas.
it has. I've enjoyed it. Well, we'll be back in another 2 weeks with something else.
Okay,
All right, Tim. We'll
talk
talk
to you
to you
later.
later.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, hold on. This is going to be the stinger episode. Yeah, I just can't get over this. I'm going to have to watch the part now. I can't believe that in 1978 they predicted that some Christmas house somewhere would have a father-in-law whamming the ham to VR porn while his daughter-in-law cooked dinner
Yeah, wearing a furry suit yet.
wearing a furry suit. Yeah, like
While the
you
little
know,
kid runs around playing with his toys.
yeah, this could be happening in a house somewhere in the world right now as we speak. Well,
Could be.
close to Christmas time, but okay. Well, that was weird.